Hey, welcome back to Fandom Fights. We're here for a very exciting match. We got another singles match for you. We got Jacoby Bancroft going up against Mark Menchaca. Very excited about this one because Jacoby is a player that in Fandom singles has run my emotions. Let me tell you, Sword and Torch, top 3 Fandom moments of all time. And then there's Mark. For Nick sips the mug like every match ever. Fortune favors the bold. Am I right? And then on the other side of things, we got Mark Menchaca, a guy who's played for titles, done really well, but had a bit of a bad season last year, a bit of a bad streak, unfortunately, in singles. So trying to get a higher record this season, and it's looking good so far. I'm looking forward to the match. Nick, thoughts on the players and the match?
It's kind of a big question mark, Tim. We haven't seen Jacoby in a while. We've obviously we're going to see him / already saw him in teams. We saw him come back in last one standing. He obviously still has what it takes to compete in this division, but it's a big question mark. Like, is he going to be able to match up with Mark, who's kind of a question mark on his own? Like you said, on a good day, he can be challenging for titles, or he could have a season like last year that just didn't go the way he wanted. But he's already on the up and up with a great win over Dylan. Jacoby coming back with a nice record that ranks him pretty highly. So I think it's a win-win for at least the people watching today, Tim. Maybe not the people. One of them will lose.
That's fair. Let's get into it. We'll start by talking to the players and the promos.
Yeah. You know what? Back here again. You know, it seems to be like this is the theme for me so far, Multiplex season. You know, I keep playing people in my faction. Yeah, I think I got one match so far this year where I haven't played somebody in my faction, you know, but if I don't play somebody in my faction, I like to beat Jacoby. I never played him one-on-one. Played a couple game factions, but, you know, that's about it. And, you know, I wanted to play him for a while, and, you know, I thought, you know, when I was going to get the opportunity, he got called up, and now we're here. It should be exciting. I'm looking forward to a good match. Good luck to you, Good luck to you, Jacoby. Hopefully, better luck to me, though.
Yes. All right. So we are back in Fandom Fights. I think that's very is incredibly exciting, and I like that there's not a whole lot of there's a little bit of pressure, but there's not a whole lot of pressure because, as Mark said, we are in the same faction. So if I lose, I don't get rid of any faction points. But I'm very excited for this match. I think I came back to Fandom specifically. Really, like, honestly, it's not to challenge for titles. It's not for all that. It's to have fun while doing this, while answering trivia against some good people. And Mark is great people. I watch him, in his matches, and I know him, from the chats and stuff. He's just a great guy. So this is exactly what I dreamed about coming back. This is exactly what I wanted. Still terrified. So we're going to see how this goes because I honestly don't know. So yeah, let's get to it.
Nick, wholesome. This feels fun. I'm glad I'm here for this one. Let's get into it with round number 1. How's it going to work, Nick?
Round number 1 is going to work like this. There's going to be 10 questions in the realm of Fandom Fights. Each player is going to have 15 seconds to write down their answer, and at the end of 15 seconds, we will say pens down, at which point the players will reveal their answers and say it aloud. Each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece, and should any individual player get all 10 questions correct in round number 1, they would receive a bonus question. Each player will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Players, any questions as we get into round number 1?
Nope.
Alrighty then. Your first question will come in the category of sci-fi icons. Your question is, what was the second Terminator film to feature the character Kyle Reese?
Important question for you.
Yeah.
So you wear that Rocky shirt a lot. I think I wear this Miller Lite shirt a lot. Is there any other shirts of mine that you think are like iconic Tim shirts that I wear all the time?
Stitches behind.
The Stitches ass one. And I actually got rid of the Stitches ass shirt. I wore it so much. It was in bad shape. I still have the other Stitch shirt though. The one where he's scratching my titties. 5, 4, 3. Sorry. 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Mark.
T2 Judgment Day.
And Jacoby.
Terminator Salvation.
Terminator Salvation is the correct answer. So, Mark, are we moving on?
I think I mixed it up, so I'm going to let it go.
All right.
All right, we're going to move on to the next question then. which is going to be in the category of Star Trek. Who gets banished along with Kirk to Rura Penthe in Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country? Other shirts of yours that I enjoy. I enjoy the Ahoy shirt.
That's a good one.
I enjoy your Multiplex shirt. You wear that one a lot.
Yeah, I feel like for special occasions.
You wear that? Is that true? You wear that on special occasions?
Yeah.
For like big matches and stuff?
Yeah. Repping.
Did we start wearing suits to title matches? 5.
I mean, sure.
2. 1, pens down. Let's go to Jacoby.
I said Bones.
And Mark.
McCoy.
Both are correct. 2-1. Mark's on the board. Nick, what's next?
Your next question comes in the category of DreamWorks animation. Who voices one of either character, Hotep or Hoi, in The Prince of Egypt?
This is coming out on 4K next week. It's getting the upgrade.
Okay, that doesn't sound like it would be that much better.
Just in time for Easter.
Ooh, great.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Mark.
So Martin Short.
And Jacoby.
They're the priests. Stupid. I got Patrick Stewart.
Martin Short is correct. We also would have accepted Steve Martin. So 2-2. Your next question is in the category of YA. How many former victors are rescued from the tribute center at the end of the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1? Would you want to see a Part 3?
No.
I barely wanted to see Part 2, but
I just wanted to see one part. But
that's fair. That's fair. They were both like 2 hours long, too. It easily could have been like a 3-hour movie or a 3.5-hour movie.
Sure.
But people were like afraid of that in the mid 2010s. I guess.
Squeeze them dollars out.
Yep. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Jacoby.
I said 2.
And Mark.
3.
3 is correct. So Mark will take a 1-point lead. What's next, Nick?
Your next question comes in the category of American Spies. What is the first name of the woman who drives Bourne to Paris in The Bourne Identity?
Do you ever have multiplex dreams?
Ooh, names.
Like at night when you're sleeping, do you ever dream about multiplex?
I thought you meant like aspirations.
I feel like we've done most of those.
Fair. But no, to answer your question, Tim.
Really?
When the computer closes, I am gone. I don't even exist. I like disappear.
What about on your phone?
No.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Mark.
Said Anna.
Ooh.
And Jacoby.
Said Franca.
Both incorrect. We were looking for Marie.
Yeah.
Marie. All right, so your next question is in the category of the Wizarding World. What country's Quidditch team does Victor Crumb play for in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire?
She plays.
What are you drinking there, buddy?
These fun little beers I got for Christmas. A bunch of like
Oh,
random.
nice.
I'm almost out. This is my like third to last one.
We had a huge Christmas party with my family, and everybody left their beer and like booze and soda and stuff here, and Maggie and I like just got through everything they left like 2 weeks ago. 5, 4, 3,
Nice.
2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Jacoby.
I said Belgium.
And Mark.
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria
Ooh.
is the correct answer. So Mark goes up 4-2. Is that what you have, Nick?
That's what I have, Tim.
All right, what's next?
Next question comes in the category of the Worlds of DC. Which Worlds of DC film features a nightclub that one of the main protagonists performs at?
All right, quick, your 15-second review. Creed 3, go.
A punch, and then another punch, and then I miss you, bro, but then I don't miss you, bro. I was just kidding, bro. And then
No
another
spoilers.
punch, more punches, Oh, it was so good.
5, 4. I'm glad you liked it. 3,
Yeah.
2. It was great. 1. Pens down. Let's go to Mark
Birds of Prey.
and Jacoby.
Birds of Prey. I'm seeing Creed 3 Saturday. Very excited.
That is correct, and you should be excited because the film is very good. All right, we're going to get into your next one. In the category of Pixar, what game does young Dory play with her parents in the opening of Finding Dory?
Spoiler alert, there is punching.
Yeah, there is. And I said this to Maggie that it was probably my least favorite of the 3 Creed films, but yet it's still really good.
Yeah.
So it's like it's like how I felt with like Lord of the Rings, where it's like they're all fucking great.
Yeah.
And so my least favorite one is still like really fucking good. Like that's how I felt about Creed 3.
I agree with that.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're gonna go to Jacoby
I said hide and seek.
and Mark.
Fence. Hide and seek.
Hide and seek is correct. 6-4. What is next?
Your penultimate question will come in the category of DC. The question is, who plays Michael Sullivan Jr. in Road to Perdition?
I was gonna ask you something. It might be too personal though.
Okay.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna do it. What'd you have for breakfast? I'm sorry, I crossed the line. I shouldn't have asked. I'm sorry. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Mark
Don't have it.
and Jacoby.
If this is the son, but even though I think the name is probably Tyler Hirsch, how close am I?
Very.
Tyler Hecklin.
Oh, okay.
Actor. So very close, but unfortunately not correct. So Mark is still up 6-4 as we get into the final question of round number 1. It's in the category of scores and soundtracks. Which 90s Disney animated villain sings a song whose title is the same as their name? Great question.
Thank you, Tim.
You're getting fucking creative, and I love
That's
it.
a good one.
Kind of
That's a
have
good
to.
question.
Tim.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Shake it up. We'll shake it up, baby, now.
Pick it up, baby.
Scores and soundtracks. 4, 3.
Let's repeat that.
All right, that's going to be Jacoby's first repeat. Again, the question in scores and soundtracks. Which 90s Disney animated villain sings a song whose title is the same as their name?
I think this is it.
I'm glad you went to Twist and Shout instead of to Shake It Off.
Ugh.
Really? Yeah, I think that's the response.
Is she a Swiftie?
Oh, wait. Did this come out?
So it sounds like
No.
Maggie and her would be like best friends. Then. 5,
She's
4,
yeah.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Jacoby
Is it Gaston?
and Mark.
Song about himself, Gaston.
That is correct. So we end round number 1, 7-5. Is that what you have, Nick?
That's what I have, Tim.
All right, let's get into round number 2. How's that going to work?
Round number 2 is going to work like this. It is the wheel round. We have a wheel with 8 fandom categories on it, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. Each player will get a spin at the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they keep it. If not, they can choose to spin again, but they will be forced to keep what they spin the second time. You'll get 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless you like to check down a multiple choice, in which case it'll only be worth 1 and be on the lookout of stealing. It's available in round number 2. Your categories on the wheel today are YA, Middle Earth, Sci-Fi Icons, Disney Animation, American Spies, Horror Icons, DreamWorks, and Pixar. Take it away, Tim.
All right, Mark, you're in the lead. Do you want to spin first or defer?
I feel like this has hurt me the last couple matches, but I'll defer.
Okay, this is going to be the spin for Jacoby then.
Please let it continue to hurt you. Oh, go!
And on Sci-Fi Icons.
That was your strength, wasn't it, Mark? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta
I'll just go.
spin again.
All right. This is your second spin.
Only like through a few RoboCops.
Good.
Oh yes.
I mean, like,
And it lands on Spinner's choice.
makes sense.
Well,
Jacoby, do you need the categories again?
I can kind of wait. Yes, please. Actually, that would probably be. Oh, I missed the DreamWorks question in round one. That's not confident when that's my own strength. Everything else is very scary. Yeah, let's go DreamWorks.
DreamWorks?
Yes, please.
All right, Nick, would you go ahead and give Jacoby his questions in DreamWorks?
Gladly, Jacoby, are you prepared for your questions in the category of DreamWorks?
Totally.
Your first question. Leslie Mann and Stephen Colbert voice the parents of one of the characters in which DreamWorks film?
Leslie Mann and Stephen Colbert voice the characters. I'm doubting myself.
5.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna mix up the title. I need multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are: is it A, The Boss Baby, B, The Croods: A New Age, C, Shark Tale, or D, Mr. Peabody and Sherman?
See, the thing is, I don't know if it's Sherman and Mr. Peabody or Mr. Peabody and Sherman. So D.
That is correct for 1 point.
When you said I'm gonna mix up the, that was the answer.
Your second question. In B Movie, Barry's best friend Adam ends up in the hospital after doing what?
Stinging someone.
That is correct for 2 points.
In the lead.
That's correct. Yeah. Your third question. In Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, Puss loses his 8th life after what falls on him at the beginning of the film?
I knew this. I knew after last night that these were going to be the questions, and I should have watched it then. Something. What did fall on? Oh, fuck. Frick.
You can swear.
Okay. Yeah.
5.
Multiple choice, please.
Your multiple choice options are: is it A, a boulder, B, a bell, C, a windmill, or D, a log?
Oh, his 8th life. That was his last life. So yeah, okay. I was thinking of the bell.
That is correct for 1 point. Your penultimate question. Moto Moto is attracted to which member of the escaped zoo animals in Madagascar Escape to Africa?
Moto. Gloria.
That is correct for 2 points.
Would have been really weird if it was Melman. Like, that was a very different movie.
That was an option. Yeah. All right. And tell me your final question. In Chicken Run, what type of weapon does Mrs. Tweety wield as she dangles from the plane to try and stop the chicken's final escape?
I think it's because the scene's all dramatic. They think that the head's coming off.
4.
I'm going to say a cleaver.
That is incorrect. Mark Chance for the 2-point steal.
An axe.
That is correct for the
Ooh.
2-point steal. I believe they're different, so that's my rule.
That's fair.
I would agree with that sentiment.
Okay.
Yeah. So no challenge or anything.
I guess not.
Okay. All right. So Nick, I have 11-9 then.
Yes, that's what I have.
Okay. So we'll bring back the wheel, and we'll get to Mark's spin.
Indeed, we shall. And it's a free one.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
Lands on Sci-Fi Icon.
Well, I really don't want other things on this wheel, so I'll take it.
All right. Mark, I will be giving you your questions in Sci-Fi Icons. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, your first question. Which Transformers film features a ship called the Ark?
Transformers Dark of the Moon.
That is correct for 2 points in a tie game. Your second question. Who plays the lead character Daniels, widow to the captain of the Covenant in Alien Covenant?
I'm going to screw up her name. Multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, Zoe Kravitz, B, Sana Lathan, C, Numi Rapace, or D, Catherine Waterston?
Catherine Waterston.
That is correct for 1 point. Your third question. Alex Murphy was a police officer in what city before becoming RoboCop in 2014's RoboCop?
Detroit.
That is correct for 2.
Like,
They changed it. Yeah, no. Okay.
fucking 2014 World Cup, man. Yeah.
Thank the question writers. All right. Your next question, Mark.
Yep.
What is the alphanumeric designation for the liquid metal Terminator that is sent to kill John Connor in Terminator 2 Judgment Day?
T-1000.
That is correct for 2 points. And your final question. What is the name of the Nick, help me out.
What is the name of the Merovingian's wife in The Matrix Reloaded?
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I need multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are: is it A, Penelope, B, Anastasia, C, Alania, or D, Persephone?
Persephone.
That is correct for 1 point in the sweep of sci-fi.
Sorry, I totally spaced out there when he asked for multiple choice. That's my bad. So Mark gets his total up to 17 to Jacoby's 11. Is that what you have?
That's what I have, Tim.
Okay, let's get into round number 3. Nick, I'll explain the rules since you just helped me out in that last one. So round number 3 is going to work like this. It's the betting round. I'm going to say a category. Then you guys are going to have to decide whether you want to bet 0, 1, or 2 on the question. If you get the question right, you gain those points. If you get the question wrong, you will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have run out of questions. Jacoby, you have 2 repeats remaining. Mark, you have all 3. Any questions?
Did you say there's how many questions in the betting round?
There's 5.
5 questions.
All right. Then the first category you can bet points on is fandom quotes. Let's get bets, starting with Jacoby.
Said 2 points.
Okay, and Mark.
It is 0.
I like the moxie, Nick. Okay, here is the question. Which MCU actor said the quote, "Remember what I told you. If you ever feel lost, just look into the eyes of the people that you love"? What kind of beer is it?
It's called Reindeer Games, and it's a Bavarian IPA.
I'm not an IPA fan.
I don't know what Bavaria is.
I don't like the hops.
It's where Victor Crumb played.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Mark, let's start with you.
I think it's Chris Pratt.
And Jacoby.
Thank you. Trailer of the movie, Chris Pratt.
That is correct. I was thinking the same thing. That is correct. 17 to 13 now. Nick, what's the next category?
Next category you can bet points on is horror icons.
Let's get bets starting with Mark.
I let Jacoby back in this game, but I said 0.
And Jacoby.
I have seen all these movies, so I can't not bet 2, right? Like,
All right.
You would think.
yeah, I would think until you ask me to name a character and name one of the movies, I'll be like, I don't know. But okay.
Your question is, In A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors, Freddy, while disguised as a nurse, uses what kind of body parts to tie Joey to the bed while kidnapping him?
You a fan of this movie?
As far as this series goes, yeah, but as far as like all the films, probably not in the top 25.
I watched the first 2 Hellraiser films today.
Why?
That was interesting.
Did they raise hell?
A little bit. 5.
Okay.
Oh, it's gonna be a big one.
2, 1, pens down. We're gonna go to Mark, who bet 0.
Is that legs?
And Jacoby.
I said tongue.
Tongue is correct. So Jacoby
It's not even this.
makes it a 2-point game, 17-15, still in favor of Mark.
Yeah.
The next category you can bet points on is Planet of the Apes. Let's get bets, starting with Jacoby
I said 0 for this one.
and Mark.
Mind games with me. I said 2.
Yeah, I'm in your head.
Right. Here's your question.
Please be
Which Planet of the Apes film features humans who were shot, left to die by other humans? That's rude.
Humans shot,
Yeah.
left to die by other humans.
Jacoby lets his opponents save their repeats.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He's a nice guy that way.
Yeah. I got you, Mark.
It doesn't quite work in debate, but in trivia, when you're debating and he just repeats the question over and over again, doesn't get him points. But
One of these days it will.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Jacoby, who bet 0.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes?
No. Mark.
War for the Planet of the Apes.
War for the
Oh,
Planet of
good.
the Apes is correct. So the strategy paid off, Cotton, I guess, because Jacoby stays alive. It's 19-15. 2 questions remaining. What's the next category, Nick?
Penultimate category you can bet points on is the worlds of DC.
Let's get bets, starting with Mark.
Oh, I already wrote down 0.
Okay. And Jacoby.
2 points.
All right, here's the sitch. Jacoby hits this. We are moving on to a final question. Jacoby misses. The game goes to Mark. What is the question, Nick?
Your question is, in The Suicide Squad, who severely damages one of the legs that Starro uses to walk on during the final fight in the streets of Corto Maltese?
If you lived in Corto Maltese, would you be a Corto Maltesan?
Maltesian, yeah.
Tesian?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's how I would say.
Corto Maltesian?
No, now you're just changing the letters.
Okay, fair. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Mark, who bet 0.
Polka Dot Man.
And Jacoby?
I also said Polka Dot Man.
That is correct. So 17-19. 1917, Oscar nominated film. 1 category remaining. The category is YA. Let's get bets, starting with Jacoby
I said 2 points.
and Mark.
Yeah, 2 points.
All right, Nick, we'll have a winner after this question. The question in YA. In The Maze Runner, Thomas and some of the Gladers enter the maze for the final time, wielding what kind of weapons? Is the beer going to be gone by the time the match is over?
I don't know. I've been drinking at a much slower pace than I thought.
That's fair.
Anna's having a blackberry white claw.
Ooh, Maggie likes those.
I do not.
But she can't drink them right now because she's all pregnant and stuff.
Shh. God.
5, 4,
Buzz.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Jacoby
I said Griever parts.
and Mark.
Beers.
And your winner, Mark Menchaca Spears, was the correct answer. Nick, thoughts on the match?
Great match, man. This is why you love having Jacoby. Even if he doesn't win, he freaking makes his opponent hate playing it because he brings it all the way to the end to make just a great match. Mark played absolutely fantastic. He probably could have put it away a little bit earlier, but I don't blame him for not betting on quotes or not betting on a horror question that he wound up getting wrong anyway. At the end of the day, he played really smart, and even though he stretched it out all the way to the end, Mark still did what he needed to do to win. And Jacoby showing us that, even though he hasn't been in the ring in this ring in a little while, he's still got what it takes to compete with some of the best because Mark is proving himself this year and with his past record to be one of the best. So I'm excited to see what both these players do next time we see them.
Yeah. So let's start post-match interviews, starting with Jacoby.
You almost made me buy a second mug.
I know, for a moment there, we're just like, oh, we're getting kind of close. That was exciting.
We were. And Jacoby, you still did very well. I think there's maybe some dust to shake off, remembering Peabody Sherman, things like that. Yeah. Some questions in round one that maybe you knew but just slipped out of your hands. Yeah. Belgium and Bulgaria have very similar lettering going on there. But at the end of the day, you still brought it down to the final question and nearly pulled off two miracles in one lifetime. So how do you feel about your return to the singles arena?
I did, better than I knew going into this. I just wanted to do sort of well. It's not like I was I want to go in and dominate and do really great. No, I just wanted to keep pace for a lot of it. And he pulled away a little bit in round one. And then even though we both got our strengths, he did much better in his strength than I did in my strength. And there were some points that I left on the board, but I'm just glad I could make it a little bit exciting at the end there. And I thought that was pretty cool. And again, Mark is such a great guy. So it's this was a really fun match, and I'm happy this convinced me that I made the right choice of just coming back and having fun and playing again, because this, even though I'm very sweaty because I was tense for a lot of those, I thought that was a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm pretty thrilled.
I agree.
And our faction got points either way. So I know that's what we.
Very true. That is a thing that happened. But Jacoby, we're thrilled to have you back as well. It's always a fun time watching you play. We will be seeing you again very soon, even though you didn't win today. We will be seeing you come summertime. When the tournament happens, you do have a good enough record to make it into that. Anyone you're looking to go up against? I think the last time you were in a Fandom tournament, you played me. And no, that was
I got all the way to Tim last time. That was pretty.
I think it was us. Yeah,
I think that was.
Yeah. After. Oh, that was after.
I think it was me in the tournament, and then he played you afterwards.
All I know is I was stressed.
That was a stressful match. I remember that was a pretty close match too. Yeah, because I got a strength.
First time in a tournament in a while. Are you excited?
Yeah, I love tournaments. Tournaments are fun and they're exciting. And then because it's a win-win. If you keep going, you keep building the momentum. That's great. And then if you lose, then you get to take a break for a while. So it's either way, it's going to be great. But no, I love tournaments and they're exciting, and I'm excited for that. And I'll take on anybody. Maybe some new people, I guess. Some people who I don't know would be cool. But yeah, anybody's exciting.
Great. Well, we'll get you some new friends. It's going to be a great time. Good job, Jacoby. As we bring in our winner today, Mr. Mark Menchaca. Having a heck of a year so far, if I do say so myself. Starting out 2-0 is a great way to go into a tournament as well. Not to bury the lead, but we'll also see you in the tournament this year, Mark. Mark, I don't want to harp on this because Holtzman got mad when we harped on the fact that he didn't have a great year last year. But you didn't have the best year last year. You had a great one the year before it, so maybe a little bit of a roller coaster of a career that you're having. But this is definitely showing signs of an incline as far as your Fandom career goes. Is this a comeback season for Mark Menchaca?
I hope it is. I'm not gonna get super upset at you just because it's not like you're lying. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I played well last season because then I'd be the liar, But I feel pretty good about this. I feel at the very least, I feel really good strategy-wise, is even though, we end up taking to the end, I feel like I held out and I was able to hit on categories that I know I'm good at and just kind of sit it out. Even though I only missed one in round 3, just played it safe, just kind of, because I had the cushion. So, I felt fine with that. And, this does remind me of watching Jacoby play, a couple years back and really remembering just the frustrating parts of playing Jacoby. He's like, oh man, I'm scared. Oh no, it's happening. And then he just hits a bunch of questions and what is this shit? Why are you like, why are you giving me this false sense of security here? Okay, like I don't need it. All right, but it worked out in my favor, so I can't get too upset.
I agree. And Mark, as I said, 2-0, great way to start out. The next time we will be seeing you as well will also be the tournament. You'll just be at a little bit higher of a seed now going into that tournament. So is anyone you're looking to face off against? You've also met up with Tim in tournaments, and Tim, you suck. You're so mean to the players that we
Both of
have.
those matches went to like the final question.
They did. But Mark, you've done very well in tournaments in years past. Are you looking forward to this one?
I'm very much looking. I always look forward to tournaments. I don't know how it's going to shake out. I think he probably is still ranked higher than me, and he has to be ranked higher than me. But I played horribly I played probably my worst match in Fandom against Javi last year, and I at the very least want another crack at just to give him a better match, and a match that I know like is more up to what I can put up there.
Great. Awesome. Well, I'd love to see the rematch. It'd be great to see, but we'll definitely see you in the summer. Mark, congratulations on the win today. Tim, why don't you put a bow on it?
Great match. I say it at the end of most of them, but truly great one. Because I think it was just like I said at the beginning, pure, genuine fun. Really, that's all it was. And Jacoby and Mark playing great, and it was a good time. It's fun to have these matches where faction versus faction can be stressful, but also fun when you got your friends there to play trivia with, because that's why we do this stuff. So this was great. I'm glad I got to be here for it. So thank you to Jacoby, thank you to Mark, thank you to Nick for writing this one. I've been Tim. We'll see you next time with another great Fandom match. Until then, have a great night.
And again, that's the hero gig. Part of the journey is the end.
Goodbye, old friend.
Giddy has to go.